most challenging things a person deals with is at work is it's hard to say, is sexual harassment. And not just, women, men too. I've actually talked to just as many men being sexually harassed in business as women. And it's tough because you're out in public at work in this environment, and the women are expected to dress sexy, and people just feel like they can, just violate you for some reason because you are dressed the way that you are. And I've got girls crying that I'm mentoring and I'm there for, who are just, dealing with sexual harassment, and by not just people we meet that are customers, that we're hosting parties for these conventions. I'm tiny, I'm dressed, sexy, and they feel like they can just pick me up or squeeze me or hug me. Or there was a marijuana convention, and you just have to prep yourself for going into public and dealing with the public. This guy just had really big hands and just jabbed his hand on like my ribs and squeezed me so hard, and then grabbed my knee and bruised my knee, like where I couldn't walk. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? You hurt me. Like, I can't even stand up. I had to sit down. And he's like, you're just so tiny and so cute. I just had to squeeze you. And I was like, well, you just bruised me and you hurt me. Like, I can't even stand up. He was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm just fucked up on mushrooms. I was like, okay, so it's okay to break me. And then I was sitting there, I was taking a break. This is another night. And I was sitting at the end of the bar, resting, getting a drink, and I hear the bartender harassing a cocktail waitress. Show me your tits. No, I've seen all kinds of tits, and you shouldn't be embarrassed. And she's like, no. I turned around and I looked at him disgusted. What? I don't know. And then the other night I had a coworker. I was just like, this guy just felt like, I was telling him, he's like, what's wrong? I was like, this guy just was tickling me. He just felt like squeezing me and tickling me. And I go, I hate that, and it hurt. And he was like, I like tickling. And my coworker didn't, jammed his big ass fingers in my ribs. And I was like, stop. He was like, I like tickling. I was like, well, it makes me angry. Don't. And it hurts. And he just kept doing it. And I was just like, I have to work with this person? It just irritated me. It's like, why? I don't know. It just put me in a bad mood. And then this man I was talking to, he was just being an asshole. And I was like, he's like, you have to be nice to me. I'm a customer. You have to. I was like, I'm an independent contractor. I don't have to be nice to you. I can walk away, but I will sit here and listen to you for a moment because I want to ask, do you have daughters? And he says, yes, I have 2. And I said, would you want your daughters to be treated the way you have just treated me? And he's like, well, I taught my daughters to be independent and not have to depend on men. And I was like, well, okay. So you don't think they're going to be single for the rest of their lives and not have to deal with, I mean, in their industry, they still have to deal with men in their industry, right? How would you feel if a man treated them the way you're treating me now in their industry? What are they? Doctors, lawyers, they still have to work with men. And he was like, he was like, well, I have had to work really hard. You know, and all this, his story comes out. He's like, I was harassed when I was younger by men. And he started to tell me, I was like, okay, so because you had to go through what you went through, you feel like it's okay for you to treat other people that way? Why would you want to treat people that way when you had to go through that? And he was like, you're bringing up a lot of past bad memories. I was like, well, think about it. He's like, well, I am successful because what I had to go through. And it didn't come easy. I just stood there and looked at him and I was like, well, what kind of reaction do you want from me? Do you want me to walk away and say, wow, that was a really nice man. I had a really good conversation with that man. He was such a inspiring, wonderful, successful businessman that I learned so much from? Or do you want me to walk away and go, what a freaking asshole? What a successful prick. I don't know. It's like, and I don't know. I was just like, just think about it. The money's a given, right? You walk into a business, the money's a given. You still have to pay for the services or the products that they're selling. But do you want to walk out and go, wow, I just sold and made money from this amazing person, man, you know? Or do you want to walk out and go, what a prick, you know? You're gonna still spend the money, but do you want to be remembered as the prick or an inspiring person, right? I don't know. I just don't get it. That should be easy. Easy. Another client or customer walks in. Good-looking, older, wealthy man. Very, very successful. He's like, I made so much money off of COVID. I guess he was selling. invented some product. I don't want to get into the politics. Or he made millions and millions of dollars off of the pandemic. And he was just a real prick. I was just like, why? Why are you so mean? Why are he's like, 'cause I can be, you know, and he was being mean to, I don't know, there's not just women gets this. I've seen people be rude to men too, and who are serving them or catering to them or giving them their services. And I just walk up to these people and I'm like, why do you feel like you can treat people like that? As an independent contractor, I can say that. And they just look at me in shock, like, because I can. And I was like, well, you can't. Can't treat me like that because I'm an independent contractor. And I can tell you whatever I want to tell you, and I'm telling you, you're a prick. Don't you want to be remembered as a good person and go, wow, this customer used to come in and he was just such a nice guy or a nice person, and wow, you know, and be remembered as this person, inspiring person, successful person that we looked up to, not as the prick, right? I don't get it.